What's your name?
My name is Jemedie B. Telesmina.
Your age?
35 years old.
35. Your birth date?
Birthday, June 18, 1980.
Your height and your weight?
5'2.5" height. Height. Weight 68 kilo.
Marital status?
Single.
Single parent, huh?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
4.
Boy or girl?
3 boy, 1 girl.
The age?
Older, 14, running 14, 11, 8, 7.
Okay, when you come, who is going to look after your children?
Yes.
No, when you come here to work, who is going to help you to look after the children?
My mother.
Your mother.
Take care of my mother, yes.
How old is your mother?
My mother is 55 years old.
Oh, I see. And have you got the permission from her?
Yes, sir.
You have got the permission from your mother to come here to work. So, are you mentally prepared to come here to work?
Yes, anytime, sir.
Anytime, but you must be sure that you are mentally prepared. I don't want you to change your mind halfway. So, are you actually, sure of coming here? Are you 100% sure?
As ADH, domestic helper, sir.
I know. Are you sure of coming to Malaysia to work? I don't want you to change your mind.
Sir.
Then you say you want to go back to Saudi Arabia, is it?
Yes, sir.
But I think Malaysia is a very much better place than Saudi Arabia. If you can work in Saudi Arabia, I think more or less you can work anywhere around the world. Malaysia is a very much Malaysia is a very much better place in terms of environment, food, and the social aspect of things. Everything is very much better than Saudi Arabia.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Okay. So you got the consent from your mother. What about other family member like your father? Do you need the consent?
Yes, I have a father and 2 brothers.
Oh, so you got the consent from them,
Yes, sir.
What is your educational level?
College level, sir. But
College.
Not finished. Undergraduate.
Let's see. What did you learn in college?
BS Criminology, sir.
Oh, criminology. I see.
Yes.
Okay. And how many years were you there in this
Yes,
course?
only 1.5.
1.5 years. It's supposed to be a 4-year course, is it?
Yes, 4 years, but I'm not
Okay.
finished.
Now, what are your experience in your working life?
I am working in the factory, garments.
I see. So you were working in the factory earlier. And how many years were you in factory?
Almost 5 years, sir.
5 years.
Contractual. 5 months, 5 months.
Oh, I see. Then after that?
I am Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
2 years. 2010.
What are the year that you were there? 2010 to?
Yes, to 2012 and then another 2013, 2015. But
Oh, I see.
4 years on.
I
Almost
see.
4 years.
Is it the same employer that you were
No.
working? Different. So you came back, right? 2010, 2012, you finished your contract.
Two employer.
So after finishing your contract, you came back.
No, finish contract and then other employer again.
That means
Try
you.
to-
That means you didn't come back to the Philippines. You just continue with another employer.
I'm going to vacation Philippines and then another apply.
Oh, you apply again.
Apply again, yes.
I see. So that means you went there, worked 2 years, you finished contract, then you came back, and then you applied
Finish
again
contract.
to Saudi Arabia.
Yes, yes.
I see. So what was your job when you were working for these 2 employers? Can you just describe to me your job scope?
Yes. I am working in the house.
Yeah, okay.
Cleaning, cooking, ironing, all kind kinds of working, sir.
That means all round housework, including
all around.
including cooking lah.
Cooking, I know.
I see.
How,
Are you actually good in cooking or?
Yes.
I see.
Yes, cooking.
Do you love cooking?
Yes.
And what type of food do you cook?
Arabic food, sir.
You know to cook Arabic food.
Filipino.
I see. So you know to cook Philippine and Arabic food, right?
Little, sir.
I see. Okay, this is an Indian family. Maybe they will also ask you to assist in the cooking, but the mom can teach you. I think there are some similarity between Arabic, Malaysian, and Indian food. So easy for you to learn. I don't think it's that difficult. As long as you love cooking, I think you will be able to learn. You'll be able to learn fast. But you love to.
Yes.
But you love to do cooking,
Yes, I love cooking.
I see. So when you were there for 4 years, did you learn how to speak Arabic? Do you know how to speak
I know
Arabic?
how to speak Arabic.
You can speak.
Yes,
You can speak Arabic.
أنا معلوم عربي شوي. كله.
I see. You can speak Arabic. Okay.
Arabic.
Okay. When you come here, are you willing to work without off days?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And of course, when you're tired, I would prefer you to take a rest lah. You can tell your employer you need a rest. Maybe on a certain day, whereby you can take a rest. But if you can help, you help lah. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
And what about the handphone? Do you think you can do without a handphone?
No problem, sir. Have phone, no phone, no problem.
I think in Saudi Arabia,
No phone.
they don't even give you a phone, I think. But here, no problem. You work, and then once you are, you get the confidence of the employer, I think everything works well. But for the first few months, we are more worried than you. You get the handphone, you get the wrong contact, then
Okay.
there are
Okay, sir. No problem.
some of the things that can happen to you, we don't want it to happen to you. Is that okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. And do you know how long is the contract in Malaysia?
2 years, sir.
Oh yes, that's correct. So you have finished your contract in Saudi Arabia. After finishing your contract, why do you actually go back to Saudi Arabia? Because you have finished 2 years, then you apply to Saudi Arabia again. You yourself apply, or the agency asked you to go there?
My employer asked me come back, but I tried to apply another country.
But you went back to Saudi, isn't it? 4 years you were in Saudi, so you didn't go
Yes,
to
yes,
another
4
country,
years.
huh?
Yes.
I know, but why did you go back to Saudi?
No, Saudi good, but I need another experience. Have experience another country.
Okay, so you were happy working in Saudi for 4 years lah.
Yes, Saudi is good.
I see. And now you see that they have 2 employers. The first employer is all round housework. And do you look after children?
Children,
Yeah.
big,
Oh,
small.
how big were the children that?
10 years old.
Oh, I see, 10 years old.
Second employer, 15, very older.
Oh, I see. So there are 10 years old for the first family and 15 years old for the second family. They don't have any child, say around 1 or 2 years old?
No.
No,
But the family of my employer have children give me all. Small,
Where?
take care of me. The sister of my employer have baby.
Oh, I see. So in other words, in Saudi Arabia, she got a sister, and then sometimes the sister
Sometimes
takes the children for you to look after. Am I right? And then the
Yes,
children are all very
But I have
young.
babies.
They are all babies lah, maybe around 8 months old, 10 months old. Is it
Yes,
something like
I
this?
know.
So you got some experience looking after baby,
Yes, sir.
because
I love
around 8 to 10 months old or 10 months old, they are learning to walk. So you have to be a bit more careful with them. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
But I think you have got some experience to look after the sister's children. Am I right?
Yes.
Is there any question that you want to ask me?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing,
Good.
Now, for the baby, do you think you know how to bathe a baby, say around 10 months old? How to feed a baby?
Yes.
How to change a diaper or change the
Yes,
clothing?
I know, sir. Yes.
You know, I
have a
think
baby
you have your own
before.
baby. I think you have got four children. You should be able to do that because at the time when you were a mother, you have look after your own baby. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So
I know
you have
po, sir.
that experience. Main thing you must be able to love the children. Is that okay?
Yes, I love baby, sir.
You
Too much.
love baby.
Yes,
So
too much.
bathing a baby, feeding,
Yes,
changing diaper, changing
Yes,
their
sir.
clothing, all this no problem.
No problem, sir.
Now in the house, sometimes they might want you to do some hand washing because the clothes are different. So do you think you can do that? Can what about electrical appliances? Do you know how to use
Yes,
electric?
I know how to use all.
Because Saudi Arabia, they will have some of the most modern
All.
washing machine,
Okay,
microwave oven, all this I'm sure you know how to, because you like to cook, I think you will know how to use all this, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. Are you afraid to be left alone in the house?
No, sir.
No,
I'm not afraid.
Are you afraid of height? Let's say sometimes they might ask you to climb a small ladder or a chair to clean the window or the fan. Do you think you can do that?
Yes, I know.
Yes,
Yes. Saudi Arabia is very big house.
Very big house. But this one is a very small house. Okay, probably maybe 1/10 the size. I know Saudi Arabia, the houses are all very big there. 10,000 or 20,000 square feet. But this one is a small house. Maybe about I think maybe 1/5 the size lah. I think mostly. So I think the housework shouldn't be any problem. Maybe the windows, all these you can clean maybe once or twice in a week. Housework is not too heavy, but the children or the child is the important thing. So you must make sure that you can look after the child. Can you promise me that you will love the child and then you can look after the child?
Yes, sir.
Can,
I love the child, sir.
I see, okay. Now, do you think you can come here and you get used to the food here? The Malaysian food? I mean the Indian food? Because if Saudi Arabia, do you think you can get used to the food there? Because you're 4 years there.
Sir.
Did you get
Yes,
used
sir,
to the
no
food in
problem.
Saudi Arabia? The food in
Yes,
Saudi
sir.
Arabia, you can, Can you? No problem,
No problem, sir.
Then here also I think it's the same.
Food.
I think the food part no problem now. What about homesick? Do you think you feel homesick or not when you
No,
come here?
Homesick? No.
No, You sure, because you work already 4 years, I think you shouldn't be
Saudi
enjoying.
Arabia very strictly, so no homesick.
Saudi Arabia is very strict.
Working.
You can work in Saudi Arabia. I think you can work anywhere lah. Because
Busy
they,
working.
because they are all very strict there. You have to wear a hijab. Do you need to wear a hijab in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, sir. Hijab,
Hijab, okay. Here you don't need lah. So
Yes.
and you are
4 years.
actually in a better country, I can say, whereby you can you don't need to wear a hijab here. So is that okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And let's say if the employer give you some instructions or ask you to do certain things, can you follow the instructions and the rules of the employer?
Yes, sir.
Can,
I
okay.
follow. Yes, sir.
Do you have any friends in Malaysia?
No. No.
No, none. What about any relatives? Sister or mother? Your mother is the Philippine, I'm sorry. Okay, yes. Maybe you have my sister or friends or something like that? No,
Saudi Arabia. Canada, Taiwan, maybe.
Okay. Now, let's say if I'm the employer here, what would you tell me so that I will employ you? What would you like to tell me? Can you tell me something? So that I will definitely want to take you as my helper. See, what would you like to tell me?
Nothing, sir.
No, you try and tell me something. You must let me know. Maybe you're hardworking, you have experience, and you are dedicated to the work, and you will listen to the instruction of the employer. Something that can attract me to employ you. See, can you tell me something?
Okay. If my employers like me, so I give my best work and I do my job. I love my employer and my work.
Okay.
And honest,
Honesty.
honest.
Yes, you have to be honest.
Honesty is the
Yeah.
important. Trust and honesty.
I see. So the honesty part is very important. The employer trusts you, then if the trust is there between you and the employer, everything works fine. You see, if there's no trust, it's difficult. I think that happens to everywhere, whether it's between you, the children, or the husband, or whatever. Friends you have also is the same. So you must build up the trust, but also you must perform your duty properly. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
You must not be lazy. Sometimes I bring this maid, they sleep in the afternoon. Some of them, they are lazy because their habit, in the Philippines. But you have been working in Saudi Arabia, I think no problem on that lah. Those who have not been working, I find that not many lah. There are one or two actually so far. Sometimes they are so used to sleeping in the afternoon. Do you sleep in the afternoon?
No, sir.
No, I think you are a very hard worker. I look at you. I think you can work hard. I look at you. I know that you work hard actually, because you have been working in Saudi Arabia. No, so
no resting.
but do
No resting.
you have any experience looking after elderly people?
Sir?
Do you have any experience looking after elderly people? Let's say if this employer don't want to take you, we will find other employer for you. See, like for looking after elderly people or those people who are not well, sick, they need your help. Do you have any experience?
No, sir. Nothing, sir.
Looking after, let's say, handicapped people. I mean, you have no experience on that,
Yes.
So you have experience only with children, right? So you will prefer to look after children, am I right? You would prefer
No experience.
no experience. So okay, I'll look for employer for you to look after their child or their children lah. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think this employer will find you attractive to be employed, and I will give this to that employer the employer from India. He's an expatriate. So I think he will like to employ you lah. I will just give it to him. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So you don't have any question to ask me?
Nothing, sir.
No,
All is good.
Okay. So okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.